Good evening, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, evening headlines on November 30, 2023. Iceland volcano, eruption imminent as 120 earthquakes strike, live. The Independent, Iceland volcano news, experts reveal exact location for likely eruption as magma flow, N18 versus CNN News 18, living on the volcanic edge in Iceland, transcript. CBC.ca, Iceland volcano live, experts reveal exact location for likely eruption. The Independent, the science quiz, the volcanoes of Iceland. The new scramble for Africa, how a UAE sheikh quietly made carbon deals for forests bigger than UK. The Guardian, Dubai firm's Africa ambitions raises carbon colonialism concerns. Bloomberg, UAE to lease millions of hectares of land in Africa to generate carbon credits. The Telegraph, who is the UAE sheikh behind deals to manage vast areas of African forest. The Guardian, Dubai carbon trader buys up African forests, saving the planet or environmental colonialism. How gang violence took hold of Sweden, in 5 charts. The Guardian, Sweden is struggling to get rising gang violence under control. Bedouin family desperate for news on teenagers held hostage in Gaza. Hamas says 10-month-old hostage killed along with his brother and mother. LGBTQ plus couple in Nepal are first in South Asia to be legally married. The Guardian, Nepal registers first same-sex marriage hailed as win for LGBT rights. BBC, Nepal becomes first South Asian country to register same-sex marriage. Sky News, landmark as first same-sex marriage takes place in Nepal. The Independent, Nepal registers first same-sex marriage after landmark court ruling, WION dispatch. George Santos defies calls to resign ahead of third expulsion vote in U.S. House. BBC, George Santos says he won't resign and let political enemies win, live. The Independent, what does it take to expel an American congressman? Japan asks U.S. military to ground Osprey aircraft after fatal crash. This may be just the beginning, the guards at Finland's closed Russian border. The Guardian, why Finland is closing its borders as migrants seek to enter from Russia, DW News. DW News, Russia warns of tension as Finland shuts last border crossing. BBC, don't forget the people Russia weaponizes in Finland border crisis. The Moscow Times, Putin has triggered a migrant war on Europe. Russian court bans LGBT movement. BBC, Russia outlaws international LGBT public movement as extremist. The Guardian, Russia's top court bans LGBT plus activism as extremist in new crackdown. The Independent, the Kremlin is criminalizing LGBT lives. The world must step up. The Moscow Times, Russia bans international LGBT movement for extremism. Israel-Hamas war live, 2 Israeli hostages released by Hamas, says IDF. Jerusalem attackers that killed 3 were Hamas members, group says. The Guardian, Jerusalem shooting, 3 dead after gunmen open fire at bus stop. The Telegraph, Jerusalem shooting attack, police say that terrorists were affiliated to Hamas, World News, WION. WION, Ben Gvir says Hamas violated the ceasefire by claiming Jerusalem terror attack. The Times of Israel, Hamas claims responsibility for Jerusalem shooting which killed 3. Henry Kissinger, influential and divisive U.S. diplomat, dies at 100, latest. The Independent, Henry Kissinger, former U.S. Secretary of State dies aged 100, BBC News. BBC News, what does Henry Kissinger's diplomacy have to teach the world? The Economist, the death of Henry Kissinger, and why we will never see his America again. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.